I've dotted a few seedlings around the garden, some that are waiting to be planted out, some that I've positioned in their final location. I even have a couple of seedlings set out along the line garden here, but it's not all we have to do. We have to navigate these peas today. They're coming down. Unfortunately, they're not producing enough to warrant them even staying, so this is definitely coming out today, and that's alright because these guys are going in. Hey guys, Ellie here from the garden, and today's just a busy day for me, so come along and watch me work. What I've done is I've essentially taken the seeds that we started from off the potting bench, and I've actually just placed them down here in the garden. The reason I did this was to essentially plan out how much space I would have for each little seedling, or whether or not I felt it was a viable place for them to go. So for instance, over here, I've placed my zucchini here, but the zucchini, while it will be planted out here, and this is where the white elephant toe garlic was, so I'm going to plant my zucchini over here. But there are a few changes that are going to be made to this area so that we have a little bit more space for this plant to bulk up as it grows. I'm actually going to be pulling out this kale plant and giving it to the chickens, and then I'm just going to come along here and harvest some of these beautiful peas. Then over here where the Egyptian pink garlic was in the garden, where my chickens are now trying to eat my plants. Excuse me, ma'am. Off you go. Thank you. Currently, this is what we're working with. So what I've done is I've spaced out my seedlings along this line garden where the garlic used to be. And I've got one bean over there. And originally, I had intended for this bean to be grown up this archway. And then I discovered that that shouldn't be grown close to my jalapenos. So I'm going to actually move this Jack's Giant bean and place it in here as well. So I'll space it out a little bit further, the squashes, and then I'll put the Vitsa bean over here and Jack's Giant bean over here, like so that they are straddling the middle plant, if you will. On the opposite side of the ladder that's holding the peas, I have got a green zucchini. I'm going to start with mulching these containers over here, and then we're going to heal our potatoes and continue to mulch where we can with this open bag. Alright guys, so I've got this little container and I'm going to empty it today. I'm going to take this Swiss chard, plant it out here. I didn't really think it through. I probably should have planted it before I put the mulch in, but we'll learn as we grow. And then I'm going to take these spring onions and I'm going to plant them out into a larger container just over there. Let's do this. So I'm just going to shift the sand just a little bit of a hole here. Okay, may the odds be ever in your favor, and I think that fills that out nicely. There won't be very much more that gets planted into this season if all of these things are content where they are. So in this little tub I've got my blue cream cherry tomatoes. We grew these from seed together. So what I want to do is take one of these seedlings out and plant it in this container. So now that I've planted out my blue cream cherry, I'm just going to grab one of these old labels, and it says broccoli this side's going to say blue cream. Right, so I've planted this blue cream cherry tomato in this container that it's going to share with the lettuce for now. At a later stage I may add something, I may take something out, but I felt like the blue cream was a good option for me because it is a cherry tomato variety. So it's not going to grow major size tomatoes as far as I'm aware. So even if it is a little bit stunted and we have slightly smaller tomatoes, we should still have a very abundant harvest. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the remainder of the mulch I've got here and mulch this container so it also can hold its moisture a little bit better with these water restrictions we're under. Okay guys, so my next task is just to clear off these peas here. They are a little bit finished, the season for them at least is done, so I'm going to pull those out now. So I came through here just to neaten up the carrots and I ended up harvesting some. So this is what I got. These carrots, this particular one, is almost whitish carrot, and a little yellow one here. We're all growing alongside each other in this gap, but they all lost their tops, so I had to dig them out physically. So now I'm a little bit dirty, but I'm not too worried about that. And I thinned out the carrots, and now we have a lovely harvest of carrots, and we'll probably use a few of those tonight in our dinner. Hey guys, so I'm just going to take our carrot harvest and put that on the table, and then we can move on to our next project. So this is going to be my next area. I've got my 2 gem squash plants and a bean here, as well as a zucchini here, but I would like to try growing these golden zucchinis in containers. I'm actually going to remove this one and plant it in a pot. I think that pot over here, that'll do. And then over there I've got a blue cream cherries, so we definitely will be planting that out. I do still have a spare container over here that I'm not using, but that might come in handy later. And I've got my orca bean in this container because once I remove these peas, then it'll have a little bit more room to grow here, and already have an existing trellis to grow up. Hey guys, so that brings us to the end of the day. I still have a little bit of harvesting to do, and I will take you on that journey, but I thought I'd take this opportunity to say thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you with the next video. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye. I definitely feel like growing strawberries in hanging baskets. It's definitely been one of the more rewarding planting methods we've ever tried.